Well, hey everybody, welcome back. I know I did a video recently with a list of stuff I wanted to start working on, and I'm gonna do a little project and show you guys what I did today. And it was something that wasn't on the list, but it was something sitting on my workbench that I felt like I could just, rather than pack it up, put it away on the shelf and wait a while. I felt like it was something I could get done now, just a kind of a short one, free up space on the workbench. Plus, it was kind of a practice run at a skill I'm gonna need for one of the things that is on the list. So with all that, let's see what we did. Around with decals a little bit today. I've got a couple kits that are this exact same, just a simple AccuRail 40-foot C&O box car. And AccuRail allows you to renumber them. They said that you can send off, it's $3 or $4. They give you a decal sheet that has the bigger numbers here on the sides, and then there's some smaller ones over on the, let me see if I can move and show you, some smaller ones over on the ends of the car. So all there is to it is 2 big numbers and 2 small numbers to re-decal, so I felt like this would be a good place to start messing around. So first thing I did was cut the numbers off the sheet, and then I coated them with microscale liquid decal film. Interestingly enough, I actually ordered this sheet of renumbered decals that are meant to match these cars. So same font, same colors, everything like that. They should blend right in. I ordered that set from AccuRail probably back in 2005 or 6 when I had started another layout sort of shortly after college. And they've been sitting around ever since. So everything I've read and understand is that this liquid decal film will, help prevent the decals from cracking and falling apart. So the procedure I'm following, from what I've read and what I understand, is that you coat it with this stuff, wait about 15 or 20 minutes for it to dry, and then into distilled water. So there's the first one. And once that easily starts to separate off the paper, the next step is you use the micro set, the bottle in the middle, and soak the area where the decal is going, and then gently slide the decal off the paper into that spot, and then blot all the excess water and liquid with a Q-tip. Use a sharp number 11 blade, which is in there, and or forceps to move it around and get it nice and straight, blot the liquid off, and then let it set overnight. And then, at least from what I've read, after it's set overnight, you come back and hit it with microsol to kind of help coat it and seal it in so that it's ready for weathering and handling and all that kind of stuff, and will stay put. So that's what I've read. That's the plan, and I will check back in as I progress here. All right, so everything's still a little bit wet, but I got them all on, and I don't know if I'm doing something wrong. I'm probably doing something wrong, but they all seem to want to peel and curve up around the corners. I don't know if you can see it from that side angle, but the edges of it aren't quite sitting as flat as I'd like them to. Sort of the same thing going on here. I worked on it. I worked some of the micro sol in there to try to get them to flatten a little bit. Yeah, that one's really warping. So I guess I will put a little bit more microsol on there and keep sort of working them. I think that's supposed to make it a little softer and make them sit down where they're supposed to be. So yeah, it's a learning process, but this is a nice cheap kit and some cheap decals, and I've already got several of these, so good one to learn on. All right, well, maybe I overreacted a little bit in the other video. Still doesn't look great, but as I've been kind of messing with them with the microsol, kind of around the edges and just sort of working it, working those edges, sort of trying to seal them back against the car body. I think it's going to be all right. I'd probably just this one here in particular, I'm having trouble with. It actually came off when I was messing with it, so you can see how it's warping. But I'm going to let the micro set dry, and then I'm going to come back in and try to just get a little bit in those cracks and get it to lay a little flatter, and then I might try to come in with a very sharp knife and trim some of that bit that's sticking up on that one there on the end. And then over here, the top of that decals and the left-hand side's not quite sitting right, but it's a lot better than it was, and I'll just keep working it. Maybe that's what you do. I've never really done this before, so I'm learning and sharing my struggles with you. And if you guys know the secrets to this, you know, feel free to sound off in the comments. But this is a skill I'd like to learn, and I think it would you know, afford me a little bit more opportunity to customize some things and modify some stuff that I have as I see fit. So looking to get this skill working better. So this was the problem end, and yeah, I've been working the microsolid there, and it's slowly laying flatter and flatter. So maybe that's the secret. The other ones I'm happy with now. I feel like once I put a gloss coat across that, it should blend right in. Same there. And then the last one over here is good to go also. So while I've been waiting for that to dry in between messing with stuff, I went ahead and built the rest of the car. So these are real simple kits. It's a couple of brake parts on the bottom. You just glue them in, and the weight goes on top. And I usually flip them over and put the couplers on, and then I use the micro mark, this thing, track tuner. Work my way through the trucks, and then the metal wheels go on. Then those go on, and then I happen to check it, you know, this part plus the body on the scale, and exactly 4 ounces. So, you know, pretty straightforward, easy kit. At this point, I'm just waiting for decals. I want to seal that off before I call this one done. But yeah, I'm not sure I did this perfectly right, or, you know, I think there's definitely some stuff I need to work on to get better at it, but that's not terrible. And I think as that dries, you know, the edges of it just get better and better as I've been working on them. So I'm pretty happy with it overall. There's on the side. It's really starting to just blend in now. So I feel like maybe I did do that right, although I'm sure, you know, some of y'all are more familiar with this process. And if there's any shortcuts or tips or tricks y'all know, you know, please feel free to leave it in the comments. But I'll go ahead and leave it here. Once that's all done, I'll give it a gloss coat tomorrow, and then probably a flat coat after that, and just put it back on the layout and be good to go. Hope everyone's well and safe. Thanks for watching.